Sweet as. Today, big red button. Big red button. Simply deciding who presses this button that says ends the world. It's a dilemma. I'm going to put all these characters through, make a decision, what they would do. And, starting off here, Samwise Gamgee. That's probably the most obvious one. He doesn't press it. He doesn't even entertain the idea. Frodo's loyal best friend and the emotional backbone of the entire franchise. His entire personality is protecting people from bad decisions, including themselves. He's physically dragging others away from the button. Perfect D tier. Let's get that off the air. Well, Jack Sparrow. Jack says he's not going to press it, while slowly reaching towards it. The most chaotic pirate in the Caribbean. He survives almost entirely on luck and improvisation, which makes him dangerously confident around mysterious, clearly cursed objects. So I don't think that's top tier, presses or causes with little hesitation, but I think that makes him very capable under the correct conditions. Alright, Mr. Tony. Tony Stark, Iron Man, same person. Tony absolutely wants to press it, but only after scanning it, building a model of what might happen, and convincing himself he can override the consequence. He's the guy who built Ultron, trying to protect the world, so if he believes there's even a 1% chance he can control the outcome, that button is in serious danger. S tier. It doesn't really fit with the little hesitation, but man, he totally would. He totally would. Daenerys Targaryen. Oh man, I think S tier is going to be pretty full. At first she wouldn't press it, but if she convinces herself the destruction leads to a better world, she absolutely will press it. The Mother of Dragons has a history of believing fire and devastation are justified if the end goal is peace. Now I know that's Show Daenerys, but that's why I've got a Show Daenerys picture here, especially later seasons. Yeah. Crazy lady. Tifa Lockhart. Tifa doesn't press it. A grounded, emotionally intelligent fighter from Final Fantasy VII, she's usually the voice of reason in her group. She doesn't trust vague cosmic warnings and knows some risks just aren't worth it. Yeah, there's no way. She's doing everything she can to stop other people. Great character. Now Draco's interesting. He talks a big game about pressing it, and then tries to look cool in front of everyone. But then he'd completely panic when it's time to actually do it. He's just an insecure boy who wants power but folds under pressure. I think he won't press it. Even though that kind of makes him... I think that actually makes him tempted, curious, or situational, because he could. Zorro, One Piece. Zorro probably didn't even mean to enter the room with this button. He just got lost again. The swordsman with zero sense of direction. He's not interested in mysterious cosmic switches anyway. If there's a problem, he'd rather fight it directly. But I think that kind of makes him there, yeah. He won't press it. I don't think he'll press it, but he might fail to prevent it. Is that Captain America? Duh. Steve Rogers. One of the strongest moral compasses in fiction. Even if someone argues pressing the button could save more lives long term, he refuses to gamble the entire world on an unknown. He is guarding that button. He is the Green. Hermione Granger. Now, I think Hermione's tempted. I think they're going to put her in the tempted category. I think she's tempted not to press it, but to understand it. The smartest witch of her age is reading every rune, checking for hidden clauses, and trying to figure out who made it. She delays the disaster through pure overthinking, but I think that kind of makes it. I think she'd be tempted. I think she's a little bit smarter than she is, maybe. Gandalf. Well, another easy one. Spent centuries dealing with cursed artifacts and ancient evils. The wizard who refused to even touch the One Ring is not pressing a mystery apocalypse button, and he's sure as hell making sure no one else does either. Tyrion Lannister. He wouldn't press it casually, but he's clever enough to rationalize it if he believes it prevents greater suffering. The political mastermind of Game of Thrones has made morally grey calls before in the name of the greater good. I almost think that makes him very capable under the correct conditions, because I think Book Tyrion as well is going to be a bit more, maybe even the top one. Well, Venom, or Eddie Brock. Venom wants to press it, Eddie Brock does not. The constant internal argument. Honestly, yeah. I've seen them fight. We see how they fight within each other. That might make them even hit the button on accident. He's yes, just pure chaos. Mikasa Ackerman. She doesn't care about the button itself, she cares who's near it. She's an elite soldier from Attack on Titan, hyper focused on protecting Eren Yeager. So, yeah, I think she's capable under the right conditions, but it seems to be she's like a mindless follower of a boyfriend. Frodo Baggins. He would never press it willingly, but standing near something that powerful would weigh heavily on him. He's a victim. As the ring bearer, he's shown how prolonged exposure to danger can slowly break his resistance. So I think that makes it he won't press it, but he might fail to prevent it. Just like he was gonna fucking thieve off the ring at the end, but that's neither here nor there. Nathan Drake, I don't know why it took me a while to recognise him. Long history of pressing metaphorical red buttons in ancient ruins. Charming treasure hunter from the Uncharted series. He never means to cause disasters, but history suggests he might anyway. It's kind of situational, I feel. Elsa. She doesn't press it. No way. After spending years afraid of hurting people, with powers she couldn't control herself, anything labelled world ending is an immediate no. Yeah, I think she's keeping a distance, and if anything, just lock that thing up in ice. Obi-Tron. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, I think that again is... yeah, no, there's no way. He's just the Jedi Knight. Survived through the Order. He's the Goku of Star Wars. He's just... Oh no, he's not. He's not that dumb. But he's going to do everything he can, everything in his power, to stop the world getting blown up. Dumbledore. He's wise enough to not press it, but he's also famous for believing he knows best. If he concludes the long-term outcome is worth it, he very well could. I think that almost makes him tempted. All the wizards are all tempted. They're all fascinated with power. Now that's Eren Yeager. If Eren believes pressing the button guarantees freedom for his people, he isn't hesitating in a second. The Attack on Titan protagonist has already shown he's willing to choose global destruction for what he sees as the greater good. So it's clear cut is. Sorry. Severus. Snape wouldn't press it for glory or curiosity, but if he believed it protected someone he cared about, he would do it without telling anyone though. Very capable under the correct conditions for sure. Peter Parker Spider-Man. He wouldn't press it casually, but if someone convinces him pressing it could save people, he might take the risk and blame himself forever after. It's very situational though, isn't it? Very. Now that's Deadpool. That's not good. Deadpool presses it. He'd reload his save. He'd press it again, and then press it again. Absolutely insane. Aragorn. Okay, and Lord of the Rings is going to be quite consistently down low. A lot of morally good guys. Respects warnings and ancient dangers. The king who resisted the temptation of power is not pressing a world-ending button. He's guarding it with his life. Kratos, but that's Norse era, with the axe. Older, wiser. He's learned the cost of god-level mistakes. I don't think he's pressing it. But then again, if it's something with his son, very capable, it immediately puts him to the top because he makes rash decisions based on the boy. Geralt of Rivia. I think he has dealt with way too many cursed artifacts and trickster entities to fall for something labeled do not press. Even though Dinar says, yeah, no way. Well, Scarlet Witch is, it kind of depends on her mental state at the time. If she's emotionally stable, she walks away for sure. If she's grieving and someone says press it could bring back what she lost, that button's in serious danger. Her emotional volatility makes her unpredictable. And that's Han Solo. He'd pretend he'd never press it, but if the situation gets desperate and he thinks it's the only way out, he slams it and hope luck handles the rest. Classic reckless hero. Situational. Yeah. Anyway, could do a part 2 of this. Do some more obscure characters. If anyone's got any ideas, just let me know. Peace. Thank you guys.